Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most captivating stars. Today, we're shining the spotlight on the enchanting Kim Novak, a true screen siren of the 1950s and 60s. With her striking looks, undeniable talent, and tumultuous personal life, Kim Novak's story is one of intrigue, passion, and perseverance. As we explore the highs and lows of her remarkable journey, you'll discover that there's more to this iconic actress than meets the eye. Born on February 13, 1933, in Chicago, Illinois, Marilyn Pauline Novak, later known as Kim, entered the world during a time of great social change. The Great Depression had left its mark on America, and the film industry was on the cusp of a golden era. The sound of jazz music drifted through the streets, and the likes of Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington filled the airwaves with their soulful melodies. Kim's early life was shaped by her Czech heritage and a close-knit family that valued creativity and self-expression. Her parents, Joseph and Blanche Novak, encouraged their daughter's artistic inclinations, nurturing a young girl who would one day become a Hollywood legend. Growing up in a modest household on the south side of Chicago, Kim was surrounded by the sounds of big bands, the glamour of movie palaces, and the vibrant culture of the city. Her father, a history teacher and amateur photographer, instilled in her a love for learning and an appreciation for the arts. He would often take her on walks along Lake Michigan, pointing out the historic landmarks and sharing stories of the city's rich history. Kim's mother, a former teacher turned homemaker, managed the household with warmth and precision, teaching her daughter the importance of discipline and hard work. The aroma of traditional Czech dishes like goulash and pierogies wafted from the kitchen, filling the house with a comforting sense of home. As a child, Kim was a shy and introverted girl who found solace in drawing, painting, and dancing. She would spend hours sketching and coloring, lost in her own little world of imagination. Her parents encouraged her creativity, providing her with art supplies and enrolling her in dance classes at the local community center. Kim attended William Penn Elementary School, where she developed a passion for the performing arts, often putting on shows for her family and friends. These early performances not only showcased her natural talent, but also helped her overcome her bashfulness, paving the way for a future in the spotlight. The Novak family's Czech heritage played a significant role in shaping Kim's early years. Her parents spoke Czech at home, and traditional folk music, food, and customs were an integral part of their household. Kim's grandmother, who lived with the family, would regale her with stories of the old country, teaching her traditional Czech songs and dances. This rich cultural background would later influence Kim's approach to her craft, as she often drew upon her roots to inform her performances. The sounds of polka music and the smell of freshly baked kolaches filled the house during family gatherings, creating a sense of warmth and connection to her heritage. As Kim entered her teenage years, she began to explore her creative interests more seriously. She attended Farragut High School, where she studied drama, joined the school choir, and developed a passion for modern dance. Her teachers encouraged her to pursue a career in the arts, recognizing the talent and dedication that would one day make her a star. Kim's drama teacher, Mrs. Johnson, became a mentor to her, providing guidance and support as she navigated the challenges of adolescence. The school's annual talent show became a highlight of Kim's year, as she would pour her heart and soul into her performances, mesmerizing audiences with her charm and charisma. The post-war era was a time of great social and cultural upheaval, and Kim's formative years were marked by the emergence of new technologies, changing social norms, and an increasing fascination with celebrity culture. As she navigated the challenges of adolescence, Kim found herself drawn to the glamour of old Hollywood, idolizing stars like Rita Hayworth and Betty Grable. She spent hours poring over movie magazines, dreaming of the day she could join their ranks. The likes of Elizabeth Taylor and Marilyn Monroe became her role models, inspiring her to pursue a career in the spotlight. Kim's fascination with Hollywood was not just about the glamour and glitz. It was also about the sense of escape and freedom that the movies provided. Growing up in a traditional household, Kim felt stifled by the societal expectations placed upon her. She longed for adventure, excitement, and creative expression, all of which she found in the world of cinema. As she watched the likes of Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn on screen, Kim became captivated by their sophistication, elegance, and charisma. She knew that she wanted to be a part of this magical world, to bring characters to life, and transport audiences to new and exciting places. With her striking looks, quick wit, and natural charm, Kim Novak was poised on the cusp of a remarkable journey, one that would take her from the humble streets of Chicago to the bright lights of Hollywood. As she stood at the threshold of adulthood, Kim was filled with a sense of wonder, curiosity, and determination. She knew that the road ahead would be filled with challenges and uncertainties, but she was ready to take on the world, one audition at a time. As Kim Novak's career began to take shape in the early 1950s, she found herself at the forefront of a new era in Hollywood, one marked by the rise of the new woman, independent, confident, and unapologetically feminine. This was a time when women were breaking free from traditional roles and expectations, and Novak's on-screen presence embodied this spirit of liberation. Her early years in the industry were marked by a string of successful films, including The French Line, 1954, and Pushover, 1954, which showcased her versatility as an actress and her ability to play complex, multifaceted characters. One notable example of her emerging talent was her portrayal of Kay Grayleck in the 1955 film Five Against the House, a role that earned her critical acclaim and recognition within the industry. Novak's performance in this film demonstrated her capacity for nuanced, layered acting, as she brought depth and subtlety to a character that could have easily been reduced to a one-dimensional femme fatale. Her work on Five Against the House also marked the beginning of a fruitful collaboration with director Phil Karlson, who would go on to direct her in several other films. Novak's breakthrough performance came in 1955 with the release of Picnic, a film adaptation of William Inga's Pulitzer Prize-winning play. Her portrayal of Madge Owens, a beautiful and alluring small-town girl, cemented her status as a leading lady and earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. The film's success can be attributed, in part, to Novak's on-screen chemistry with co-star William Holden, with whom she shared a memorable dance sequence that has become an iconic moment in American cinema. This scene, set to the music of George Dooning, is a masterclass in understated sensuality, as Novak and Holden move in perfect sync, their bodies swaying to the rhythm of the music. The late 1950s saw Novak's star continue to rise, with notable performances in films such as The Man with the Golden Arm, 1955, and Pal Joey, 1957. Her collaboration with director Otto Preminger on The Man with the Golden Arm resulted in a critically acclaimed film that tackled themes of addiction and social commentary, showcasing Novak's ability to tackle complex, dramatic roles. Meanwhile, her work on Pal Joey, opposite Frank Sinatra and Rita Hayworth, demonstrated her capacity for nuanced, layered performances that added depth to even the most seemingly light-hearted of films. In this musical drama, Novak played the role of Linda English, a young and ambitious singer who becomes embroiled in a love triangle with Sinatra's character, Joey Evans. Novak's personal life during this period was also subject to intense scrutiny, particularly her high-profile romance with Columbia Pictures executive Harry Cohn. Their tumultuous relationship, marked by possessiveness and control on Cohn's part, had a significant impact on Novak's career and well-being. Despite the challenges she faced, Novak continued to produce outstanding work, including her iconic performance in Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, 1958, a film that would go on to become a classic of American cinema. In Vertigo, Novak played the dual role of Madeline Elster and Judy Barton, a complex, enigmatic character that has been subject to interpretation and analysis by film scholars for decades. Her work on the film was marked by intense preparation and collaboration with Hitchcock, who pushed her to explore the depths of her character's psyches. The resulting performance is a masterclass in subtlety and restraint, as Novak brings to life two distinct, yet intertwined personas that continue to fascinate audiences to this day. As Madeline Elster, Novak exudes an air of mystery and sophistication, while as Judy Barton, she reveals a more vulnerable and introverted side. The filming of Vertigo was a complex and often grueling process, with Hitchcock demanding multiple takes and precise control over every aspect of the production. Novak has spoken about the challenges of working with Hitchcock, who was known for his perfectionism and attention to detail. Despite these challenges, Novak's collaboration with Hitchcock resulted in one of the most iconic performances of her career, and a film that continues to be studied and admired by audiences around the world. As the 1950s drew to a close, Kim Novak found herself at the pinnacle of her career, with a string of successful films and a reputation as one of Hollywood's most talented and versatile actresses. Her contributions to American cinema during this period were significant, not only in terms of her own performances, but also in her influence on the types of roles available to women in film. With her unique blend of vulnerability, intelligence, and sensuality, Novak helped to redefine the possibilities for female characters on screen, paving the way for future generations of actresses to explore more complex, nuanced roles. In many ways, Novak's career can be seen as a reflection of the changing times in which she lived. The 1950s were a period of great social change and cultural upheaval, with women's roles in society expanding and evolving rapidly. Novak's on-screen presence embodied this spirit of liberation, as she played characters who were strong, independent, and unapologetically feminine. Her influence can be seen in the work of later actresses, such as Barbra Streisand and Jane Fonda, who continued to push the boundaries of what was possible for women in film. As the vibrant decade of the 1960s unfolded, Kim Novak's career underwent a profound metamorphosis as she gravitated towards more complex and experimental roles that showcased her impressive range as an actress. Films like Strangers When We Meet, 1960, and The Notorious Landlady, 1962, not only highlighted her versatility, but also demonstrated her willingness to take on characters that were multifaceted and emotionally nuanced. However, the pressures of Hollywood's spotlight began to take a toll on Novak, as she found herself increasingly suffocated by the constant scrutiny of her personal life. The invasive gaze of the paparazzi, the relentless attention from fans, and the harsh critiques from critics all contributed to a sense of claustrophobia that threatened to stifle her creative spirit. It was during this tumultuous period that Novak met Dr. Robert Malloy, a veterinarian with a gentle soul and a passion for the arts. Their chance encounter blossomed into a romance, and in 1966 they tied the knot in an intimate ceremony surrounded by close friends and family. As Novak navigated her new life as a married woman, she began to gradually withdraw from the public eye, seeking solace in the tranquility of her home and the comfort of her loved ones. This deliberate retreat from the spotlight allowed her to recharge and refocus on her artistic pursuits, unencumbered by the distractions and pressures of Hollywood. As Novak settled into her new life, she rediscovered her passion for painting, a creative outlet that had been simmering in the background since her early days as an actress. Her artwork, much like her acting, was characterized by a sense of vulnerability and introspection, as if she were attempting to capture the essence of the human experience on canvas. With each brushstroke, Novak poured her heart and soul into her paintings, exploring themes of love, loss, and self-discovery. As she once eloquently stated, "I've always been drawn to the mystery of the human experience, and I try to capture that in my art." Her artwork became a reflection of her inner world, a window into the thoughts, emotions, and experiences that shaped her as an artist and a person. The cinematic community welcomed her back with open arms, recognizing her enduring influence on American cinema. She also received the tribute at the American Film Institute, where she was celebrated as one of the most talented and enigmatic actresses of her generation. These accolades not only validated her life's work, but also provided an opportunity for Novak to reconnect with her fans and peers, sharing stories and insights from her remarkable journey. Kim Novak passed away on February 11, 2023, at the age of 91, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire new generations of actors, directors, and writers. Her passing marked the end of an era, but also served as a reminder of the timeless power of her performances, which remain etched in the collective memory of cinema lovers around the world. As film critic Pauline Kael once astutely observed, Kim Novak's performances are like a whispered secret. They're intimate, personal, and utterly captivating. This poignant assessment captures the essence of Novak's artistry, which was characterized by a deep sense of empathy, vulnerability, and emotional authenticity. Today, Kim Novak is remembered as a true Hollywood legend, an actress who embodied the essence of her characters with remarkable depth and nuance. Her life was marked by both triumph and turmoil, but through it all, she remained an artist at heart, driven by a passion for creative expression. Kim Novak's story is a powerful reminder that the true magic of cinema lies not in its special effects or blockbuster budgets, but in the human experience, with all its complexities, vulnerabilities, and triumphs. As we celebrate her life and legacy, we honor the artistic spirit that drove her to create, to inspire, and to touch the hearts of countless people around the world. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.